All right, who remembers what happened last time?
Well, we tracked down a succubus after we found out they broke into a shop. Introduced people to Gerald. I murdered somebody, and then we had a moral debate with Andy. Then an NPC, I think it was Charles' character, Hugo's character, showed up and got rid of it.
That was... I didn't know you could summarize a session in a sentence.
You can add detail. That's all I can. I'm just hitting the highlight points. There was that whole beginning part too.
Yeah, there was the part where
yeah, Dusty failed at giving bad news.
That's what I was about to refer to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Real bad. Real bad.
Here's the funny thing. I actually read that how-to guide, and it literally says be blunt.
Yes, but you have to be blunt in a gentle way.
Those feel like contradictions to me.
Yes, no, that's not correct, but...
How can you be gently blunt?
It's a matter of tone and phrasing.
Exactly. Now, where on earth did I put my notes for this campaign? Sheesh, I need to organize my drive.
The be blunt part is mainly referring to, not dancing around the news, just, establishing quickly, okay, this first and foremost is about the death of someone you cared about. We're going to establish that now. But, everything else about it don't have to be direct and rude, like, yeah, your loved one's dead, whatever.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know how I came off like that. I didn't mean to, but I guess that's what happened.
You also were like, the site is mine now.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's on me.
There's a difference between being blunt, like, your sister is dead. I'm very sorry. That's blunt, but it's gentle. And then there's, yeah, your sister's dead. Sorry? Tone difference there. World of difference.
Okay.
So, I guess we're heading back to the pawn shop to deliver the news that we did not recover the stolen items.
Yeah, they were using ritual.
But we successfully stopped a demon deal.
Do we have to return to the pawn shop? I mean, we are empty-handed, and this was a guild job.
Well, you have to do the wild
we have to report. He's the one who hired. We have to report.
We may still get the discount because we found out what happened to this stuff.
It's... Let me put it this way. Our party is tense enough about what happened, and the guild is the one who set up this job in the first place. We only went to the pawn shop for information. It's not like the pawn shop owner hired us directly.
They did.
Why would we just go to the guild and the guild has to send out people? The guild is going to be like, okay, tell the shop owner. We're not going to send out a party to let them know.
If they tell us to do that, they tell us to do that. Fine. But right now, it's... Again, party tension is pretty high.
Would the pawn shop be on the way to the guild?
A little out of the way, but it's not completely, out of the way either.
I think we go to the pawn shop.
I agree.
Efficiency wise, would it be less time to go to the pawn shop before the guild, or vice versa?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then I would just argue on the side of efficiency.
They're gonna find out. They're gonna find out one way or another.
It's not a matter of finding out, Dusty. It's just a matter of... Suffice it to say, when we return to the pawn shop, I'll be standing outside.
Are you afraid?
No, not per se. Just having a hard time being around certain people in this group right now.
Alright. To the pawn shop we go.
The pawn shop.
Alrighty, you all arrive back at the pawn shop after about 20 or so minutes of walking through the city. awkwardly.
Thanks, we'll thank the NPC guy whose name escapes me for his assistance.
You mean the demonologist?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Now he is excited that he has a free succubus all to himself.
I thought he
Or no,
banished it.
he already banished it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He banished it
You know what I
the
mean,
other
though. So he just just waves you guys off
Yeah, he told us.
nonchalantly, and yeah.
Yeah, you told us it's like, oh, this succubus was summoned illegally. I can't do anything with it.
Basically, yeah.
What was the pawn shop keeper's name?
Do you not remember?
I didn't write it down. I didn't
Do
think we.
you want to write it down?
Just a second. Ah, crap. I got like 3 names here. Was it Zachary?
No, I think it was a girl.
No, it wasn't a girl, and Zachary is definitely not it.
That's probably one of the bums.
Well, we know what the pawn shop looks like.
In our defense, our characters have had this during the same day. For us, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, no. The DM also is trying to remember.
Not to mention the stress of the situation our characters were in last time. Short-term memory gets reprioritized.
Hold on 1 second here. Where is it at? Did we not write it down anywhere? Because it's not in the chat, and it's not.
We'll just call him Shopkeep.
Yeah, shopkeeper. There we go.
Do
We
you
would never
remember
interact
what-
with him ever again.
Ace was it the
Yeah.
Ace Smart Redhead or was that someone else?
No, it's someone else.
I guess I'll walk into the pawn shop straight to the desk and say,
Yep.
it seems they were successful in using the stolen items in.
Don't believe they know what they were using them for.
Well, it seems they were successful in what they were trying to use those items for, and they were no longer salvageable. I regret to inform you that we're not able to recover the items stolen.
He will look confused and also baffled. He's like, so I'm not getting those back, am I?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, they were used in an illegal summoning, thus they've been consumed by the spell.
He's like, that's gonna be a lot of paperwork. Well, thank you for doing your job. Did you stop the summoning?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, no. We managed to contain it. The perpetrator's already
okay.
been punished.
Good. Well, that's at least some good news out of the situation. Not a, co-conspirator for summoning demons or whatever.
Wait,
It does
what?
simplify the paperwork a little bit.
Wait, can I
The
insight check the
shopkeepers-
shopkeep real quick?
With what? What do you mean? What are you looking for?
Well, the way you said it, maybe this was just DM slip up, but the way you said like co-conspirators, it made me think like, wait, was he planning this with this guy?
Alright, go for it.
Yeah. 8.
I mean, there's nothing fishy about him.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's like, well, you caught him, he's punished, so technically you guys are good to go. Good job.
Excellent. Glad we could assist.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for doing your jobs.
Sorry for, unfortunately, not being able to recover the items in time.
He shrugs. What do you mean? I would rather lose a few items than have one of those things running around the city.
I would have to agree. All right, well, we'll head to the guild then.
Yep. He will inform the guild that you guys completed the mission. And you guys have 75 gold in store credit.
Oh, so it's not like It's just store credit there at the shop or at
Yep.
the guild?
At the at the pawn shop.
Okay, 75 gold in store credit. That's nice.
Each, I believe.
It is each person. Yep.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put it on my character sheet as an item so I don't forget it.
I'm putting it under one of the other resources.
I'm putting it under treasure in your bio.
My whole
Whatever
roll
works best for you guys.
My whole roll 20 is frozen, so I'm not doing anything. There we go. When did I get a potion of fire breath breathing?
Session 3, I think.
That was
Fascinating.
from the most. That was the dead adventurers with the spiders and stuff.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
That kind of stood out like, ooh.
Alright. So we're still at the shop or we're going to the guild?
I believe you guys are going to the guild.
Mhm.
Yes.
We gotta go back and report.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Says bye. Come back to shop whenever you wish to spend your money.
On the way to the guild, I would tell the party, or I would address the party. I would very much like to take the job going into Dark 4. I do have something to attend to there, and it seems the job actually ends in my home facet of. No, I don't want to say this wrong. Is it Isatrix?
Isatrix.
Isatrix. My home
And I thought
facet
you
of
were
Isatrix.
from the other one. Interior. No, not
No,
Interior.
it's I remember.
Oh, it is Sistrix. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. It is Sistrix.
So we're doing ore
From-
delivery?
Honestly, I think we all need a good night's rest before we make any decisions.
Yeah.
Well, of course, after we get back and take a rest. I was just saying for the next contract we take.
Yes, I would be fine with that.
We'll see what's posted tomorrow, but if that's still the most viable, then sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, you guys head back to the Adventurers Guild. Nothing too crazy going on there.
Go up to the desk. Who's working today?
Well, I mean, there's multiple people working. There's, multiple little kiosks.
I just got to one kiosk. Are we just gonna make this generic, or do you want to describe this person?
Generic's fine. Preferably.
The person, there was an illegal devil summoning, and the pawn shop's products got lost, unfortunately.
However, the pawn shop owner was satisfied with the fact that we did what was needed to get rid of the illegally summoned succubus.
Mm-hmm.
All this to say, we completed the pawn shop mission.
The attendant nods as like, okay, there's just a little bit of paperwork that needs to be done, and you all can get going.
Excellent, thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's paperwork, basically, just a summarization of what you guys found. Just acknowledging you guys found the devil already summoned before, once you guys got there. Yada yada yada. Dotted lines you gotta initial, full lines you gotta sign, written statements. Nothing too tedious, but it's just mildly annoying.
Do you have any bigger quills?
They would, yeah. You're not the only, big person in the guild.
Yeah, I know.
So they have...
I got comedic value. Once we're done with the paperwork, I'm gonna ask around to learn if there are any taverns in the Convergence for that I won't feel cramped in. There have to be taverns for bigger folk.
Isn't
in
that
the Convergence,
secret-
almost all of them.
What about that secret tavern Nathan took us to?
It's Stairway to Heaven or whatever it's called. 7 Steps to Heaven. I forget what it was called off my head. It's on the facet handouts.
I don't really feel like
Stairway to Heaven.
partying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely more of a party place.
Okay.
I would place my hand on Dusty's shoulder, and I would ask if he wanted to go get a drink with me.
I have some business to take care of, but I'll join you after. Well, actually,
Okay.
I might join you. It depends on the news I get from the business.
Alrighty.
So do you want to be at seventh heaven?
Yeah, we
Stairway to
can meet
Heaven.
there.
Stairway to Heaven, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good.
You
I messed up the name too.
You've been having it in a bar, now I'm just thinking of Final Fantasy. I'll meet you at Stairway to Heaven after I check on this.
I'll be waiting.
Yeah, does anyone else want to do anything first? Phoenix?
Fennec is debating what he wants to do at the moment. He will say quietly to Wilric, "Be wary of drinking away your problems. It solves nothing."
I just look to Phoenix and say, I'm not going there to drink away my problems. I will drink, but I'm mostly going there to think.
I'll give him just like a silent pat on the shoulder. All right, well, I'm going to spend some time in the greenhouses, I think. 'Tis my poison of choice.
Probably a lot of poisonous things in there, actually.
I was about to say, hey, well, there are a number of plants that are poisonous, and dose makes the poison, so they say.
It's a stark contrast to Phoenix, who last time when we were like, hey, when you first met him, and he was like, hey, we have a problem, and he was like, let's drink away our problems. Phoenix is growing slowly but surely. He's like, wow, this druid thing and like meditating over shit and stuff. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
He's turning from an alcoholic to a druggie.
Debatably healthier, depending on the drug.
It's like, no, we're going full hippie now. Grew up amongst people who drank away their problems. He's like, I feel like this isn't as healthy as I think it is.
Alright, so
Same.
are we doing any... what now?
Well, I just went to Stairway to Heaven to wait for Dusty, so I'm just waiting on you.
Yeah, and I'm finding my way to a tavern that's not so busy.
Phoenix is meditating amongst the plants.
Dusty is going back to the Shantae Temple and to see if there's a memorial, like a funeral for Neffin.
Okay. Anyone? What else? Oh, it's just you four, right? Cool. Who wants to go first? Also, I hear my mic through someone's thing.
It's me. I need to grab my other mic. Give me a sec.
All right, cool.
I have to wait till Dusty's done with his thing, so.
May I start with Gloric?
Well,
sure,
I was
sorry.
going to say, unless anything specific comes my way, I don't really have anything to act out.
That's fine. We can do Dusty.
Alright. Like, I'm basically just checking if there's a funeral service for her now that they know she's dead. And that was like yesterday I told them. So I'm just seeing if like the temple would allow
Do
me.
you ask around, or are you just looking?
I'm going to the temple and asking the head priest.
Or one of the priests there?
Yeah.
Because head priest won't talk to you just randomly like that. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, come on! I rolled a 2.
Well, you rolled yeah. Asking around, you discover that there will be a service held, but it's not like a major service. It's just a quick and dirty, or I don't want to say dirty, but it's just a quick one. There's nothing, no bells and whistles, no like, there's no
Like,
nothing major going on.
like, do I know when this will be?
Yeah, it's in a couple days.
All right.
I mean, yeah, it's the Strong Tea Temple. The funerals will probably pretty down to earth.
But okay. Well, then I'll go meet Kaius' stairway.
Okay. Phoenix, what you doing?
Phoenix is going to head towards the greenhouses of the greenhouse. Haha. Because
I didn't even think about that.
at least Kevin laughed. And I'm going to spend some time working in the greenhouses to clear his mind a little bit.
Okay. That's easy enough to do.
Yeah, nothing super fancy. He's just occasionally taking out his frustration on a weed or two.
Yeah.
Spending some time doing good old manual labor to deal with his issues.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Hi, Gabriel.
Is that a cat?
Yes. Is
Yeah.
my mic still echoing?
No, I just heard you say hi, Gabriel.
Okay, good.
Because I saw your kitty cat there, and I was just like, yes.
Yes.
Gabriel's an official member of the group.
Yep.
My canon.
And occasionally Murray and or Mary.
Yeah, whenever those two cuties come up. So you're working at the greenhouse. Nothing particular happens there unless you want something particular. Like you're looking for something. If you're just focused on harvesting and tending to the greenhouse, and that's what you're doing, no one's gonna interrupt you doing your work, doing some work.
Yeah, it's mostly just like wanting to spend some time amongst nature and whatnot. This is the best you can get on the convergence.
Yeah, it is, honestly. That it is.
So nothing too exciting. Probably after a while of working out his frustration, he might see if he can seek out where Gwilric went.
Just ask where the Elephant Man went.
Basically, yeah.
Hi, yes. It's very nice, thank you. Yes, thank you. My nose needed to be kissed. Thank you.
Yeah. Nothing really is gonna happen with the Gwilric because, like you say, you just want to drink, so that's perfectly fine. And then Kaius and Dusty.
Get in there, order some drinks. Hey, Kaius.
I'm not at Stairway to Heaven.
No.
I think Kevin's the only. I mean, Kaius is the only one there.
Correct.
That's what I said. Hey, Kaius.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said guys.
I heard
Yeah,
guys too. So.
Okay.
I heard
It's close. I'd be waiting at the bar top with a drink for Dusty.
Thanks. Take a big swig.
And then I'd pat him on the back and I'd say, "Listen, Bard, though the decision you made may be perceived as wrong, I do commend you for not hesitating. The situation could have meant disaster and lives of our comrades lost. Instead, no one was even hurt, and it was all thanks to you. You have my thanks, at least."
Thanks, Kaius. I really needed that this week. So what's going on at Isatrix that we need to check on?
Well, Isatrix is actually where I'm from, and I wouldn't mind seeing my home, but really, my business is in Darkfor. There's a man there who may have information that I'm seeking.
Understood.
And it is quite important to me.
Well, we'll do our best. Does he need to be... Do you think he'll talk to us willingly?
Of that, I'm unsure. But I'm not worried about that.
Well, best bring some extra rope just in case.
Good thinking. And how are you feeling since we've returned from the convergence? And with all that's happened, I feel like you've been through a lot.
I learned a lot in the last couple weeks. I feel like I paid for my mistakes, but I keep making more and more. And every time I think I make up for it, it seems like I do something else wrong. And then there's people hounding me about it constantly.
In situations like this, it's always best to, I believe, instead of believing that you did something wrong or you were defeated or failed, I believe you don't truly fail until you stop trying to be a better person or a better warrior. So, as long as you're still trying, my friend, you are not wrong yet.
I take another swig of my drink, and I just like look at him. I give him like an approving nod.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
thanks, Kaius. I really did need this today. Next time, rounds are on me.
I'll hold you to it. Now let's play some cards.
All
So you
right.
can get all your money.
All right, you're gonna lose.
Kaius' version of like bonding is just cards. I love that.
What are you using? An actual gaming set, and like, what do I use?
Yeah, I got I think I got the
Based off
cards.
intelligence. So
Most consistent character trait ever. Just and now cards.
So, is this gonna be a head-to-head intelligence?
someone
check?
important died, play cards. We win a heavy battle, play cards.
Thor energy, okay?
Successful
Well,
mission, cards.
I love him.
Cards is just such a game you can honestly turn your brain off for most of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And since we're not really playing for anything, I don't really mind not making checks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll just like fade out
It's
the
just the
background.
actions is what matters
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's more like we're just passing the time
Yep.
until we all regroup.
Okay. I guess we're like smash cut to tomorrow.
Unless any of you four have anything else you want to happen.
I mean, Phoenix did say he was going to come looking for me, so if
Yeah, it's true.
Phoenix
That is
Okay.
true.
talk
Gotcha.
with me.
Wilrick, would you find a place on the Convergence to drink?
I'm sorry, what?
So you went to find a place on the Convergence to drink, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Phoenix, give me a investigation check for me.
Investigation.
Hopefully it's
9.
Yeah, so you ask around about this big elephant dude, and you try to track him down, and you don't get told where exactly he is. You just get like directions and more directions through the city, because big elephant man's hard to miss. Give me one more investigation check real quick.
Investigation. Can I guide myself?
You can, yes. Always guide yourself. There you go. It doesn't take much longer because you're in the general area, and at that point, you know.
Walks by, backward steps. That's Wilrick.
Yeah, see through the window is Gwilrick.
I'll enter into the tavern. Does Wilrick seem to still be nursing a drink?
I'm sitting at the bar, basically deep in thought. There is a pitcher of wine next to me and a mug as well. Not sure how much is in it, but there's not really any indication that I'm shit-faced or anything like that.
Phoenix will just go up to the bar and just be like, just a glass for me.
Oh, hey, Phoenix.
A glass of what, lass or lad?
An empty glass.
He just looks at you weird, just hands you an empty glass.
I'll just point at Phoenix and say, he's with me. And,
shrugs.
Pour wine from the pitcher with my trunk. not out of my trunk, just, picking up the pitcher with my trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix is going to take a sip of it and be like, mug of wine. Now this brings me back to being on the road.
It's It's not like the wine of my home, but it's close enough.
Still able to think with my presence?
I've started among the important thinking, and I don't mind the idea of bouncing some of those thoughts off of you and hearing what you have, and also letting you bounce thoughts off of me.
Sounds like a good conversation.
Yeah. I heard a lot of the conversation from the basement while I was watching the door. The floorboards in that shack weren't particularly tight. And I heard what was said about what happens to those who summon devils and demons illegally. Frankly, I find the notion that their punishment is to have their souls traded to be rather abhorrent.
I'd have to agree.
I mean, the smaller folk will do as they will, but among my people, if you haven't guessed, we revere our ancestors. We believe that those who've accomplished great things, we can aspire to reach their example, and those who had failures, we can learn from them. Either way, our ancestors are important to us, especially us bone dreamers. So the notion of forcibly trading someone's soul, someone's spirit, smaller folk will do as they will, but if anybody were to do that to one of my folk, I couldn't guarantee that I wouldn't get violent, no matter what one of my folk did.
I believe that what this man and what many before him have done is out of complete and utter desperation, if not a bit of foolishness.
Oh, it's always foolishness, but everybody has foolishness at some point or another.
Exactly. I don't believe that. I believe in rehabilitation at all costs. It's a flaw of mine, really. My mentor always spoke of balance, of having to do good and bad in order to be truly neutral, in order to be one with nature.
Like
for nature is not all good. But
like that goblin, what was his name? Derek or something
Boric.
like that? What?
Boric.
Boric, right. Yeah, I'm not certain that I agree that anybody can be rehabilitated, but
like I said, it's a flaw of mine. I have a hard time doing the bad. I simply want to inject as much good as possible. I always ask my mentor, why not just do good and make nature good instead of neutral? And she simply laughed, said I'd figure it out eventually.
I don't know all that much about how everything goes, but I kind of find the notion of doing good and bad to maintain balance kind of silly, because what's good and what's bad depends on the situation. And, for example, in most cases where if Dusty were to immediately react to a situation by outright murdering someone, that's a lot of them I would think it's bad. But as it turns out, he spared that poor beggar from having his soul forcibly traded.
Indeed.
Granted, that result was not planned on his part, but nevertheless, the result is better than if he hadn't done that. At least as far as I'm concerned.
That's where I struggle as well, because technically what Dusty did is a mercy, is doing bad to do good.
I think it was more, I get the feeling it was more panic than any premeditated decision, though.
I said technically. But at the same time, I struggle with someone having absolutely no remorse for taking a life and simply It is not the fact that he killed a man, it is the way he reacted to killing a man that I struggle with. It is the fact that he spent the entire time justifying himself rather than feeling any form of remorse. And
I'd say
I
that's
do
rather.
believe
Yeah.
I was too harsh with him, but I wanted him to feel something in response to taking a life.
Unfortunately, that's rather consistent with the character I've seen of him, is that he does not react in ways that most would consider appropriate. And I've been thinking further about what you and I previously talked about in terms of my responses to his responses. And you're right, my insult and back chatter is not helping the situation, especially when I resort to idioms, because he is thicker than the calluses on my feet.
I think you think he's thicker than he really is, Ulrich. I think that you don't think your words are impacting him, but they are. It's not always
Yes,
immediately apparent.
Yes, I can get that, but the issue is that they're not impacting the way I would like, so it's going to be a struggle, but I think I'm going to have to be more direct with the criticisms, try to tone down the insult side of it. I'm reminded of how my foster father would listen to me in my younger years when I had troubles. He was always very patient. He would listen to whatever rantings I had and tell me what it sounded like to him. Suppose I should start trying to do the same with Dusty. Maybe within a decade he'll be able to figure some things out.
You think of him like a child. He is a man, a grown man. One that can still learn, of course, as we all can.
It's hard not to think of him as a child because how old is he?
Out of character?
Well, I was asking Phoenix, but if you need to interject.
How old Dusty? He's
How
young.
old does he look? I think is a better question.
He looks about 24.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah.
He's elvish, so it's hard to say.
Well, he's also got human in him from the looks of it. And I'm no expert on aging the smaller folk, but it would seem he falls somewhere within his third decade, technically. First decade is 0 to 10. He falls somewhere within his third decade. So, among my folk, that is a child. I mean, we grow into adult size around that time. But I've said before, I'm 60, and among my kind, I'm barely considered an adult. I'm considered a young adult. It's hard not to judge the smaller folk by that same standard, especially when they act in a particular way.
I think you judge age based on wisdom.
Well, that if we're going by that metric, it's hard not to judge. No, I said I would refrain from the insults, and I'm going to practice that now, even if he's not here.
Good for you.
To get more to the point, trying to judge his age based on his wisdom doesn't seem like it would be any more fruitful.
I think it's noble that you wish to take a mentor position for him and guide him along make him.
I never said anything about trying to be a mentor, but.
And yet you referred to your own father when discussing how you want to proceed with Dusty.
My foster father, he's done a lot of good by me, and when I think of a good man, I think of him. And if I'm going to work with this group, I'm gonna have to try to be more of a good man. So there's a lot that manages to wriggle its way under my skin, be it Dusty's behavior, Charles's choice of attire, how bizarre it is that Kaius is able to summon what appears to be a spirit, but it's not the kind of spirit I know. It's all bizarre. There's a lot I need to contend with. Still, I
like
do need.
the fact that I'm not on this list yet.
You have made some interesting decisions, but nothing that's been any form of irritating or disheartening yet.
Take it as a compliment.
About this convergence that's just so bizarre to me.
Drinks aren't that bad, he'll say as he takes a sip of his wine.
I didn't say bad, just bizarre. I mean, for one thing, just how many people are in one place?
Ha! Wait till you're on an airship with way too many people in a tiny cramped space all living together.
I mean, I've been on airships before, and not just the one we chartered, so suffice to say I spent a lot of time on up deck.
Yes, I can understand that. It's nice the traveling, but the cramped space, the lack of, shall I say, life you get out of it.
And I have to say, actually, sometimes booking passage on a ship for a lower price requires you to do the work of some of the crew, but I have to say I don't mind that aspect. It distracts me from the situation.
Manual labor does that.
Well, in small enough doses. I can't imagine doing the same manual labor day after day after day, especially with how long I'm probably going to live.
Phoenix says manual labor does that. Still got mud like caked under his fingernails and stuff as he sips his wine. All right, then. I think it's time we try to regroup with the others and make peace.
Well, I don't think peace needs to be made. The best way to make peace, I think, is just for me to adjust how I act going forward. I don't think I need to have any profuse apology. If Dusty feels unnerved by anything that's happened, I don't doubt he'll bring it up with me, and I'll try to take it in stride.
You won't. He fears you too much. But it is your choice whether or not you think an apology is necessary. But I will say,
I figure
opinion,
the best. Yes, of course. And I'm just figuring. I've heard a phrase among some of the smaller folk that I think rings true. Actions speak louder than words.
Words speak louder than words, friend.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't doubt that.
Apology is like a bandage to a wound. It doesn't heal it, but it makes it feel a little bit better.
I feel like perhaps
What
what I've done would
Continues
call
to
for more of
actually heal
a.
the wound is not opening
I
it.
would-
I don't think.
Well, I'm just saying that I feel like what I did is more akin to a wound that requires suturing. That
Well-
can be a slow, painful process if you're not careful.
But a bandage still stops it from bleeding out quickly.
I think we've dragged on this
Yeah,
metaphor.
the metaphor's
long
breaking
enough.
down at this point.
Shut up, random tavern goer. You're not in this conversation.
Someone shouts, "Oh my God! Just get a room already!"
I'm going to head back to the guild and get some rest. I insist you do the same eventually.
I think I'm good to go, and I'll pay the bartender what's due for the wine plus a tip. How much would it cost? Like a pitcher of wine?
Let's see what it says. What is handbook?
I think it's like a couple silver.
Drink. Yeah, I think it's like 5 silver of that. Let me look here. It'd be like 2 silver. Literally 2 silver is what it says.
I fucking love the music, the Link music going on right now, Legend of Zelda.
Actually,
I
no,
pay
because
him
Nintendo
3
would be
silver,
off my
you know.
ass.
No, it's not Zelda, but yeah, I've been playing it off and on. Actually, what's my battery at? I probably need to put in the charger. Yeah, it's at 40%. I can wait.
But yeah, so I pay him 3 silver. 2 silver for the wine, 1 for
Yep.
tip, and
Hey, silver tip, that's like a month's wages.
it's easy enough for me to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Phoenix and Bollock, I believe, are heading back to the guild then.
Yeah. Everyone's done their stuff. Everyone gets some sleep.
Is it possible for me to ask Charles to potentially get me another one of those healers kits from the dark place that Phoenix doesn't want to go?
Do you remember how much they cost?
No.
Damn it, neither do I. Because I wasn't expecting you to try to get one of those.
Oh, they were 50 gold.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Can I pay the half for the components again?
Let me do a little math here. Hold on 1 second here. Yes, you can. I rolled persuasion for Charles.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can pay half for one of the kits.
Excellent. I marked off that gold and added it to my character sheet.
Beautiful. All right, it's a new morning. It's a new day. Everyone feels better, hopefully. What are we doing?
Well, we gotta go accept the ore mission, right?
Yeah, I'll be waiting at the guild board for everybody.
Morning, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. I
We all
hope
ready?
everyone slept well.
The mission board looks mostly the same. There'd just be like 1 or 2 missing. Your stolen goods gets archived. The bug rift has been completed. No, actually wouldn't be because it's like in 2 days. That one doesn't go away. That one still be up. Yeah, actually everything else is pretty much the same.
Well, the ore delivery one's still available. We still want to do that?
Sounds good to me.
That was the plan.
Absolutely.
If I just
Very
change it at the
well.
last second, the DM would be so pissed.
You know what?
I'd be
Actually,
pissed. I'd just be mildly annoyed.
Well, this is the one you prepped for, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
you know what? Let's do showmanship instead.
Jokes need to prepare for them all. No, I didn't. Please don't call my bluff.
Uh,
Yeah, you can.
Is this the place have a? Does this Trix have a portal, or did we have to fly there?
It's a Trix
Well, we
does
have to
have a
go-
portal.
We're going to Dark 4 first, though. Pretty sure.
Yes.
Oh, I thought Dark 4 was on this Trix.
You're going from one facet to another, delivering supplies. So yeah,
Yeah,
To Dream City.
Miner's Dream City.
Or Miner's Dream City. So we
But
can
I-
take a portal there.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'll go ahead and get you guys over there real quick. Normal convergence stuff, big old portal, super busy. And here's Dark 4.
Oh, desert area.
Mm-hmm. And it is. Oh, I'm gonna
It's
grab
better than
your
black snow.
party tracker. Hold on one second here. This is your first time here, so I haven't put one down yet. Yo.
What's
So-
the terrain like?
So Dark 4 is, if you read the handout, it's a lot of steep elevations. Hold on one second here. Let me show it to you. There you go.
Dark 4.
So
there's
it's
no
arid and
trees.
drastic elevation changes. So the mountains aren't sloped; they are like almost sheer in the cliff sides. It is very arid. There's a lot of dry bushes. It's a desert facet. Yeah, but it's also known for its mining and such. Main races here is going to be dwarves, tabaxi, orcs, and probably like anyone who likes the sand, things like that. So
Lizard
humans will be
folk?
here too.
Don't invite Skywalkers.
No, lizard
That's
folk would be
nice.
more swamp areas.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but I was just thinking, like, lizard folk based on desert lizards.
Dragonborn would be here though, too. So, especially like the blue ones.
Is there like a place like that I would that is like kind of obvious that we could get a map there really quick in the pillar?
You get where? What?
A map.
A map of the percent.
Yeah. So like all these maps is public knowledge. So you're good. What is on here right now is public knowledge.
Would there be like
So-
a map with like other information though here in the pillar?
There
that I
could be.
purchase?
There could be. So 2 days. That's right. Do you look for one?
Yes, I would like to look
Give
for one.
me a. How do you go about looking for one?
I would go into different shops, just asking if there's any maps or cartographers.
Persuasion or investigation, your choice.
Dang, I suck at both.
Hey, so you ask around for maps and stuff. For the most part, outside the main areas that everyone knows about, there's nothing extra out in the deserts. There's no real hunting out here. There's no forests. There's no significant landmarks outside the cities because all the cities live by those said landmarks. On the map, the only main things that would point out to you would be the tallest peak, which would be, hold on one second here, let me get you a thing.
Oh, be right back.
Be here. Text. Can I do? I can't bold the text. That's lame. Let me do. I can wait. No, that looks bad. White Mike.
Okay.
Black and
So we got a map, or we know what the tallest peak is?
Yeah, the tallest peak is over here. And then anything else would actually cost extra money because it's all old abandoned mines. So
Would I know if there's like a because the person I'm looking for is stationed here, so I'm guessing he's with the military. So would I know of any camps or like embassies for the military?
I mean, yeah. So Dragford City would have the main one. This would be like the main hub.
Wait, is it
I'm gonna
Drag
guess
4 or
there.
Dark 4?
Dark 4.
Okay.
It is Dark 4. Who are you looking for again? Yeah, remind me real quick.
His name is hold on, I have it written down.
This is his buddy, right?
Yes, Kyber Sursk.
Yes.
Is the second in command, stationed in Dark 4.
Your best bet would be check here in the Pillar City because all Pillar Cities are always like the capital of the facet, so that's always going to be a good place for information for like broad things. If he's stationed somewhere else, you would have to go there manually to figure it out.
I'm gonna go ask around for him at the office or the camp.
Is Kaius okay with us being with him, or?
You can be. I won't even say like what I'm doing. I'll just start walking around.
Phoenix is gonna ask the group, does anyone know what Kaius is doing?
Oh, he's going to find somebody as a friend.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about last night, Kaius?
Yes. Friend is a loose term.
Do we need to get the rope?
I'll
Can
keep
I
walking.
insight check what that means?
Yeah.
Insightful.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could tell that like I'm not friends with this guy.
Okay, I was like, is this
Wait,
an
that's
enemy or is this like?
Well, I'm not quite sure yet, but I just know he's friends with an enemy, so I'm taking it kind of
All right.
cautiously.
Well, let's
Should
get
we
to-
accompany you?
Come again? I didn't hear that.
Should we accompany you?
If you'd like to.
And we might deal with this before we go get the ore. If we're all gonna die, no point in getting the ore lost.
I mean, the ore is in Miner's Dream City, so.
I know, but if we die here, we won't pick it up, and then someone else can take the job, and we won't get lost in the middle of the road.
Don't plan on dying. I just want information.
Well, do you know where this guy is?
That is where I'm going to find out.
I will remain cautiously vigilant then.
Yeah. So you head to the guard station, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Cool. You are there. It is sizable, bigger than the one on Pentacost. This facet's fairly larger, a lot more things going on here on this facet. But yeah, you enter. There's a desk. There's a secretary. I say secretary, more of a quartermaster. Definitely in the guard, based off how he looks. And he looks at all of you. He's just like, "What can I get for you guys? What's going on here?"
Hello there. I would like to know if Kyber Sursk is still stationed here in Dark 4.
And who is asking?
I am an agent of the Red House of Pyrus, and I am looking for information on a contract.
Well, the locations of active members are kept private for security reasons, so you would need to get permission from someone up higher than me for access to that information.
Is there such a person here?
That's not my job for you to tell you.
Well, would you mind me asking around other soldiers?
So long as you don't interfere with their duties, I don't see a problem with it.
Alrighty, thank you. And
Wait for you off.
I would go walk up to just the first guard I see, really.
Roll me a d20.
Yeah.
Come up across a female half elf. She looks like she just got off duty. So, like off rotation, it's like still wearing like the underclothes and is like leaving the barracks to go do something.
Greetings, warrior. How was your patrol?
She just like gives you a half glance and just waves a hand. She's like, sand fucking everywhere. What it always is in this damn facet.
There's no trouble here? Anything intensive going on?
She like would actually look at you at this point because you're asking some weird questions. She looks at you and she's like, why do you care? Are you stationed here or something? Is this like your first day? Is this a joke? What's going on?
I'm just doing some investigation for the Red House, and I was just trying to get the lay of the land from a fellow soldier.
She would sigh, cross her arms. She's like, well, trouble is things that happen here because of all the ore trades. Bandits are the main problem on this place. Wildlife, I mean, you got your sand sharks, you got your rust monsters, you got your not hawk birds, what are they called? Thunderbirds. You got, and she waves a hand as if like this is all common knowledge.
But like, I seem to, I used to have a friend, and I believe he was sent here, but I lost communications with him. Have you heard of a man named Kaius?
Give me a deception check.
Can I guide you, or is that something you have to inspire?
Too late. Too late. I can't guide. That takes a minute to do.
Deception. Negative one. They don't want me to know.
She looks at you flatly like, right. Like that's a thing that ever happens. Listen, if you just want to know where someone is, if they're a superior, I can't tell you. If you were in the guard, you would know this.
You need
Well,
some, it's like once you're back, I'm gonna talk to you.
What are you doing, Dusty?
I just realized he's still in the conversation. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun.
Yes, but between good friends and soldiers, sometimes orders don't have to always be followed.
She's like, I'm up for promotion. Fuck this, and she walks out.
And I turn to the party and be like, seems I may not get the information I'm looking for here. Is anybody a little bit more skilled with people?
Damn, if only.
Hi.
Yeah, I know. The man with the hat and the cape.
That hat man was
standing
here.
Standing there silently.
His cape flowing with no wind.
Okay, I'm gonna guide myself and go up to her. Hey, sorry about my friend. He's not good with people.
She looks at you and like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm his manager.
Manager, she says, looking you up and down.
Well, okay, I'm not sure what the term is. He's a bounty hunter and I help him out on jobs.
Uh-huh. Really now?
Yeah? So, the thing is, he is kind of impatient, and this Kyber guy knows about a mark we have.
Does he now?
That's what we have heard, at least, on the Convergence.
But you don't know where he is.
We don't know where... No, this is our first time here.
You guys are some shitty bounty hunters, then.
Well, this is the first part, gathering information, isn't it?
She was struck. I don't know. You're the so-called bounty hunters.
Oh, I'm not a bounty hunter. I just handle the paperwork.
And you're here with him.
Yeah, he needs information to go on.
He needs what? I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
He needs information to go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go before whatever it is your group is doing gets me in trouble.
I really doubt you're
She's
gonna get in
gonna
trouble for talking to us.
Walk off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, do I see someone more recruit looking?
Give me a perception check.
while he's doing that, I will quietly.
I can't hear you. What'd you say, Glork?
While he's doing that, I'm going to quietly say to Dusty, perhaps in future discuss what your story is going to be as a contingency with us. If nothing else, it will help us be able to go along with whatever fabrications you make.
Kind of like,
I don't think I'm the first
I'm
time
an
I've tried
actual-
lying.
I was gonna say, I could have assisted with that. I have experience in bounty hunting.
You do?
I do actually.
That's another reason to discuss potential fabrications with us. Some of us might actually be able to specifically help in various areas.
Looking at my backstory, which is bounty hunter.
I mean, like, the thing is, like,
Failure.
I tried to catch you that a while ago. I don't think you've told anybody in character, have you?
No, Phoenix hasn't.
So this is the first time, like, the bounty thing's come up.
Yeah.
So why didn't you
That's
help
why
out? Why
Phoenix is
didn't you
sick.
jump in earlier?
I wasn't sure that she was going to give us anything if another person jumped in.
Well, let's go look for someone, I guess, easier to talk to.
Well, that's
A little bit more
Kaius
green.
for the time being.
Do I see anybody more recruit looking?
Not really, no.
I was about to go intimidate some people. All right, what about weak looking?
Weak looking? Like in the guard still weak looking?
Yeah, like one of the guards who's just like looks like he's shitting his pants, you know,
Like this is his first duty. Like,
super
are you
nervous.
still looking in the same spot?
I would actually not be in their camp this time.
Okay.
I'd rather like look where there are not as many upper ranked officers, just kind of where I would possibly see somebody just kind of stationed like for their first time.
Okay. So give me another perception check then.
I'll guide you this time.
Please.
Add the D4.
Oh my god.
So you leave the camp
Nowhere.
area and you scan around looking for anyone who's like brand new, just out of training, all that kind of stuff. Let me fix my camera here a little bit. Hold on 1 second here. There we go. Make me look not like in the bottom third of my camera. You would see looking around. Probably your best bet. You would see a dwarf. He's standing on duty, like guard duty, around one of the gate areas with 2 other individuals. But what helps you identify his newness is how clean his armor and stuff looks. Like everyone else, because this is a sandy area, everyone else has like grit and like some like scratches on it. It looks worn. His looks brand new. So either he's a novice or he's someone who just bought brand new armor, which that's very expensive to do. So probably not.
What's the
clone
name of the
was
person
shiny.
you're looking for exactly?
Ibersursk.
Kyber Sursk.
Yes.
I suggest, Dusty, if you are going to approach again, say that we're supposed to meet with him. That we have if we are bounty hunters and we're supposed to meet with him to discuss some information he has.
I was thinking that one of y'all could distract those 2 guys. I'd point at the ones who aren't shiny armored. Like, because they seem like they've been here before, but this guy here seems a little bit newer. I'd like to go up to him and pretty much act like I am an officer. Just I've misplaced my armor, and
No.
perhaps try to intimidate him into giving me some information.
terrible idea. I like Dusty's idea of pretending we're bounty hunters supposed to meet with this guy, because if he thinks we're already friends with him, supposed to meet him, this guy's expecting us, he's more likely to give us information.
And DM, the other two guys that Kaius pointed to, what are they? What are they about?
One's a dwarf again, but the other one's human looking. And they seem like they've been in the guard for a while. They're not high ranking individuals, but at the same time, they're not,
I'll say to the others, I can go talk to them, probably strike up a conversation about the local dangers, see if I can get any hints.
Still a terrible idea.
What?
Still a terrible idea. If we're all approaching these guys for conversation, it's obvious we're doing a distraction. I suggest, and I will pull out Fiametta. I distract them with her.
Wait, is that a new pet?
That's the rat.
rat.
It's my rat.
And I'll go up to them myself. I'm sure they'll be intrigued to talk to me because.
No.
Question,
Okay.
Is there any place that's racist?
If we imagine this, okay? 3 of us are standing around guarding something. One happens to engage only 2 of us in conversation, while another one goes and approaches the youngest of us. Pretty obvious what's going on there.
How much distance is there between the 2 and the 1? DM.
They're like in the same vicinity because they're guarding an area, a section.
Okay, yeah, that would stand out, but I'll just go. Okay, you're right.
We could just wait till nighttime when guard drops in the tavern, they're drunk, and they're well willing to slip their words.
I also think perhaps Kaius, given what's already occurred in your attempts to find information here, I fear any more attempts might cause ripples, let's say.
Suspicions.
Yeah, it's...
Especially if we use a different story.
Wait, can I go up? Is this just the main guard hall reception?
No, you
No.
guys are outside.
Okay, is there like a guard around that looks calm to talk to?
That looks what?
Like not trying to convince. I just want to ask. I literally in character want to ask him a question.
I mean, yeah, there's random guards walking by all the time.
Can I go talk to a random guard?
You
Oh, no.
can.
Dusty, please don't
No,
talk to anybody right now.
This isn't related to this. Well, it's semi-related, but it's not gonna. I'm not attempting anything. Hi. Can I ask you a question, sir?
Yes, what is it?
Do you know a quick way to get to Miner's Dream City?
Well, yes, you just go out the east gate and follow the road all the way down.
Yeah. Secondary question: is there any like paper? We have a job to get some ore from there. Do we have to check in with you before using the portal?
He thinks for a minute, looking around. No, it's adventurous things, right?
Well, yeah, I just didn't know because you guys guard the city gate and whole cart full of stuff can smuggle a lot of stuff in that.
True. No, so long as you have your paperwork, it'll be fine.
We do have the paperwork.
All right. Well, thank you. Oh, actually, wait. Did he tell me a quick way to go there?
To Miner's Dream?
Yeah.
He said goes out the east gate and follow the road all the way to the place.
Not that idea shot. I thought maybe he might show up as a head inspector for stuff. The Kaiser guy, Kyber.
Oh, no. It's far too easy to smuggle things. Inspectors, no. Just casually.
Are there any people with the red house badge on in this facility?
On this facility, I mean, there's people with plenty of
I mean,
different badges.
in the city, probably. I guess is a better question.
I mean, you see people walking around with all sorts of guild badges or house badges.
Whatever you're
Surprisingly
planning.
enough, no Black House members with theirs out and about, but all the other ones, for sure.
Because I feel like somebody from my own house would be more willing to give me information.
There's still going to be structure and order, and we can't tell you about our superiors.
Yeah, gotta find a way around that.
Do you know what this guy looks like?
No, actually. Wait, do I DM?
You just know his race. That's it.
What is it? I didn't even write that down.
He's
What
an
is he?
orc.
Ah, he's gonna be.
How common are orcs versus half orcs?
Orcs are more common than half orcs.
Okay, so it's very common in the city. Damn.
Perhaps we table this for now and get on with the job. I'm sorry to
That's-
hold you all
It's
up.
all right. But yeah, it's a good idea for us to get going. As I said, we don't want to make waves.
Good idea. It's just bad dice rolls.
Yeah. I'll just keep an eye out for an orc who looks likely, up there in the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Fenix just pets Fiametta and is like, next time.
So wait, what happened to Pyro?
I have Pyro too. I have a rat as well now. I have a rat familiar. Pyro's my wildfire spirit.
Do you keep your rat familiar out at all times, or?
She's just kind of like hanging out in my pocket usually.
Yeah, I am noticeably walking such that like I'm behind Phoenix or distant because just. Ugh.
You know, she's like concealed on him. He just occasionally she'll just like crawl out his sleeve and he'll be like, Fiametta.
Basically, I'm trying to keep that weird tiny thing out of sight.
Right.
DM question. Only me and Gwilrick can see our ghosts, right?
Yes.
Can I, and the ghost can possess me. Is it possible to go the other way and see through a ghost eyes?
You wouldn't know.
Okay. Is it possible to try?
It's always possible to do things. To try things.
Like, what would that roll be if I tried to make it?
I mean, you gotta tell me what you're trying to do.
I want to try to send, either Neffen or Jeff through the walls and, look for an official-looking orc.
That they can't leave your body.
Gotcha.
As far as you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, table that for now. For now, we should probably get a, well, there's a cart waiting for us, but do we want to just hoof it, or do we want to rent some horses?
Let's hoof it. I mean, again, we've talked about horses before, but I highly doubt we're gonna find any horses that can bear me for long.
You'd be surprised.
It's about a 2-day journey to Miner's Dream.
Just Gwilrick riding on top of Brooklyn Supreme.
I can't imagine. I think I would have to ride one of the rhinoceroses from my home facet if I were to have anything to ride.
Well, let's just get walking then. Actually, wait. Do we have all our supplies? I have 2 healing potions, 1 alchemist fire, my bow, and my rapier, and my dagger and sickle.
Well, I've got these potions here and this nice bandolier here, so so I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a first aid kit.
Okay, sounds like we're all ready.
All right, let's get going.
Off you go. The road is eerily empty because it's a desert. It's very
Keep an eye
open.
on travel for bandits and the like.
It is a very open environment. All these peaks are just so tall and just are just streaks of just orange rock that just rise up into the air. There are smaller rock formations along the road, but not that many. Nothing that would impede your vision to see outward. And you can see for fairly far away. There's no ash to obscure your view. There's no trees. It's just desert and rocks and occasional cacti and arid bush. You guys, off you go. You would stop right here at the crossroads on your first night. I'm assuming you guys will set up camp and things like that.
Is there any
Rotations.
nearby shelter whatsoever?
No, there is not.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to make my health potion, my health kit.
Give me an alchemist check.
I will ask if anyone is willing to assist me with this.
Sure.
Is anyone proficient in alchemist kits?
No,
I'll
but
give guidance.
I will give you inspiration.
There you go.
And for the sake of the camp, I'm actually going to use my glaive to try to like dig out a small area that we can camp in case like any sandstorms happen.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna really dig a deep hole, but you can dig like a few inches down.
Make a sand bear circle.
Do you in? I was hoping for a couple, like,
Guidance
foot or two at least.
plus inspiration is a d6.
Yes.
Yeah, you got it. You're good.
17.
Yep.
Yes.
17's good.
During my...
Oh, real quick, I was gonna let Eric know it's sand. Like it's not dirt. Like once you dig a little bit, it all just slides back in, and it slides back in, and you don't have a proper shovel, so you're not gonna get a foot at all.
Yeah.
Not without like hours of work.
Okay, yeah, then I'll just be like, well, probably should have gotten a tarp before we left.
What were you doing, Kaius?
Just during my part of the watch, I'll be like swinging my sword, like training the maneuvers that Lorek and me have been going over.
That sounds good. Speaking of watch, what is your watch order?
Fenix is just mixing up little things.
Alright.
Oh, I'm inspiring Fenix, so I should probably be with him.
Last time when we started discussing watches, now that Daniel's no longer in the party, I don't remember. I put forward the idea, I think, of like the total rest being 10 hours and each of us take a 2-hour shift.
It's an 8-hour. You only need 8 hours for a long rest.
That's what I mean, is that each of us would get 8 hours of rest, but as well as having a 2-hour watch shift.
You need 6 hours of rest and 2 hours of light activity.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
So 6 hours of rest is all we need, plus 2-hour watch.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
And if actually that makes sense, if Fenix is going to be busy, then Fenix can't really do watch. So that leaves 4 of us left to carry on watch because Charles is presumably with us.
Wait. Oh, we're pretending he's here? Okay. I thought he just wasn't on this mission, was how we were doing this.
No, because we're gonna have him next week, and we'll probably still be on this mission.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm just imagining that basically, for all intents and purposes, it's just his hat and cape that we can see.
Can I still take a watch? Like, it's 2 hours.
Yeah. You can still do things during your watch, of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so. All right, then I'll. Who here has dark vision?
I do.
Then how about Fenix and Dusty take like the middle of the night watches, like the second and third, and Kaius takes first watch. I take last.
And where will your swashbuckler be? Watch.
Right before Glowrick, probably.
We don't need him before Gwillick. He could help with Gwilrick.
He could either help me or help Kaius. That would make the most sense.
You need it's 9 hours, so you need 3 shifts.
It's 8 hours, so you need 4 shifts.
Oh, is that you want to do it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take Charles. We're sunset bros.
So first watch, Kaius and Charles. Second watch, either Fenix or Dusty.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Fenix, then Dusty, then Gwilrick.
Cool. Sounds good to me. Kaius, go ahead and give me a perception check for your shift.
Yeah, let's hope we stop rolling these low numbers for Perception.
Hmm?
Nope.
It is.
not
Do you
yet.
guys have a campfire for the night?
Desert
Do we need one?
Deserts do get cold at night. Yes.
They do get cold at night, yeah.
But we also can't. It's not like there's wood around.
Wait, can we just like
But
use
I have-
Fenix's
I
hair to
have,
set stuff on fire?
I think I have a fire kit
Magic fire.
or campfire kit. What is it called? Hold on.
Man, we
There's bushes and like area. You can make a campfire.
okay. Yeah, we would need a campfire because it would get cold.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tinderbox.
Fenix is like, what?
It's just
Is
to
it-
start a fire.
Yeah,
yeah.
tinderboxes are medieval lighters, basically.
Okay. Well,
Fenix, who's always warm, is like, why is it cold? It was warm.
Yeah. Temperature drops, several degrees. The night sky is very beautiful compared to the ashy facet you've been on for a hot minute. All the stars twinkling in the sky.
Does Charles make a perception check too, or no?
I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not gonna matter. Kaius, you're the sun is setting to the west, but the mountains or the sheer cliffs just block it before it's even all the way down, and so it's like an early sunset type thing. But your 2 hours go. You don't see anything nefarious. Nothing crazy happens. The occasional howling of wind blows through the camp, kicking up sand and stuff. It gets everywhere. It's coarse. So,
You can't have a desert thing without that reference.
Yes. You always gotta reference Star Wars. Next up, it's Gwilork or Gwilork's
No,
last.
Fenix.
Gloric's last,
Oh,
so yeah.
Gwilork's last. Okay. Phoenix, it is your shift. You're concoctioning your concoction. Give me a perception check.
I will guide myself on this.
Sure.
Whee! Perception plus a guidance.
As you have your watch and you are observing, whenever you're not, fiddling with your stuff, it's actually nighttime on your shift. Your night vision carries you out a good distance, but not, endlessly into the night. All you would hear during your shift is the occasional howl of some animal. Nothing too crazy going on. Dusty.
Okay.
I will wake up Dusty, cast guidance on him, and be like, keep an eye out. I heard a few wolves, I think.
So,
Roll a d4.
yeah, roll D4.
7. I am rolling like shit today.
During your shift, Dusty, the twinkling night stars are shining over you. There is no moon right now, for where you guys are at, so it's a dark night. Yeah, nothing really happens. No, occasional howls of some animal, maybe wolves, maybe coyotes. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's a nice night for a desert. And then lastly, Gorg.
Okay, before I roll, 2 questions.
Two
First,
answers.
In their traveling on this facet, what has the general scent of the air been like?
There's no real scent. I don't know what a desert smells like. Never really been to one, so whatever dust and sand smells like, that's what it smells
And-
like.
Heat, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
So the scents around in general are mild. Good. Second, during my watch, is there a breeze?
There's a slight breeze occasionally, yeah.
Okay, then I would like to mainly do this watch with my nose.
Okay.
So I will do this as a scent-based watch with advantage.
Sure, go for it. Scent-based watch. No, I mean, you pick up sense of something smelly. You can't really tell what it is. Some animal or something like that, like a musky type thing, but you're not familiar with what it is. It's a very slight difference in the scent. Nothing like if it wasn't you, you wouldn't be able to tell. As far as the rest of the night, you watch the sun rise over the peaks, and you wake up your friends.
Got sand where I didn't even know sand could be.
Oh yeah.
I played as a lizard folk, and we went through a desert at one point. He was very irritated at how the sand got his scales.
Yeah.
Alright, we're halfway there.
Yeah. You wake up and continue on down the road.
As we're traveling, can I kind of like pull a little bit aside with Dusty?
Sure.
Yeah. Why'd you pull me?
He's not randomly tugging you aside, just kind of like gives like a bit of a gesture with his head to kind of like get you to come aside a little bit.
Dusty would like look at you questioningly, like, what the hell are you trying to do?
I will approach Dusty and just be like, whatever. I wanted to apologize for being very harsh with you after you killed that man on the Convergence. I don't agree with what your first instinct was, but I understand that you were trying to protect us, and what you did, though wrong, was the right outcome for us.
And thank you? I guess?
There's not a reason to thank you. I just wanted to express that I am apologetic for the harsh words I exchanged with you afterwards.
Well, you had to stand up for what you believe in. I'm just not sure where this whole balance thing is leading me. If hell gets more souls, does that throw things out of whack? And Big K is not very helpful.
Big K?
Oh, I met the embodiment of karma.
Really?
Yep.
What was that like?
They told me that sometimes you gotta cut the chaff, so that's why these are called reap and sow. And I just show her the blades and the sickle again. And sometimes that stuff needs rebalanced.
Well, I would encourage you not to have murder as your first instinct for the most part.
It makes me feel better. It wasn't intentional murder. I was honestly just trying to stop him. I didn't think he was that weak.
Again, I understand what you did, and you reacted in a quick and decisive manner that was simply just... It was effective. I wish you valued life more. Not just others, but your own as well.
I'll take that into consideration. Well, right now at least I have some stuff I gotta do before I'm allowed to die.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Speaking of stuff we have to do, let's get on to the miners' city.
Yes, indeed. That's all I wanted to say.
Do you think you're gonna be a therapist in the future when you retire from this?
Kenix kind of frowns and he's like, a therapist?
I mean, you seem to like talking to people through their problems. I mean, after we're all like done adventuring or our lights get blown off and we can't do this job anymore, do you think you'll take up therapy?
I'm not sure I've ever thought about it, to be honest. I usually live fairly day by day.
You live day by day, but you're telling me to value my life? Don't you have to plan for the future to value your life?
Not necessarily. I value my life, and I don't have a plan past this week. But I plan on living past it.
Well, that's a plan, I guess. Still, it's something to consider, because time catches up with all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think one day I would at least, well, join officially a druid circle, perhaps even mentor a young druid of my own. That is something far in the future, as I'm far too young in my own journey to consider that, though.
Kitty.
Like, Dusty just shrugs at this point. He doesn't know how to end the conversation after that. Is everyone still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were walking up on Miner's Dream City.
I didn't know if DM was like doing something or what.
No, I'm just
No,
waiting for you guys to finish
that
up.
happen.
Guys and Glorick, you got anything?
I mean,
Just walking briskly.
and I'm pretty sure that because Dusty didn't pick up the walking aside vibe, we heard that conversation, but Glorick doesn't have anything to say.
But you guys, as the sun sets, would arrive in Miner's Dream City.
Well, at least we might be able to find an inn.
So as you guys come around I say mountain, but the sheer cliffs and such, you wouldn't see a city, but you would see carved into the side of the mountain itself is this very large tower. Much like the images on the map itself. There's this very large archway that's probably almost 200 yards wide. It's very like this is a very like large structure. It almost makes you wonder how they made this.
Carved into a mountain.
Phoenix is just like, cool.
I would remark that those dwarves are quite impressive.
Turning nature itself into a home. Beautiful.
And more efficiently than, say, chopping down trees or digging up rocks. But then again, these mountains are what are around.
So there's this large ramp that goes up into the gate. As you approach, there are several dwarven guards. They would check your credentials, make sure you're not like secretly criminals.
It's Charles.
Nah, he's good. He's good. As you guys go through the gateway, you look up and you can see like this like thick iron gate or like metal gate that it could just fall on you at any moment. And you guys go in, and as you guys go in, it's nighttime, so there's not too much of a temperature difference, but there is a humidity difference where outside it was very dry, inside it's a little bit more moistured. It's a very short, like 5-minute walk until you guys would be in the city. Roads exist, but there's no open air about this place. There's tunnels that are carved in that are wider than the streets, and in where the streets end, carved in would be the front of buildings and such. There's magical lights on poles that dot the area. There's no fires that you can see because smoke is a thing. It's a bustling city, not as bustling as Convergence, but it is a city.
Is it kind like the way you're describing it? Is it kind of like that underground market in Hellboy 2?
Sure, never seen it, but let's go with yes.
Okay.
The question I have is, you said it's night. How late at night are we talking at this point? Is it like...
by the time you guys get there, it would be when you would set up camp.
Okay, I'll say it's pretty late. Perhaps... What do you all think of the idea of finding the people who have the cart, letting them know we're here, but not taking it yet, and then finding a place to stay for the night.
I'm fine with that.
People who have are probably turned in already.
Fair enough.
Why don't we find a place first? There was no time limit on our job.
I was just posing that notion of letting them know we're here at least. But that's a good point about they've probably closed down for the day or what have you. So let's go find an inn then.
Okay, we look for the biggest inns in the city.
So it's hard to navigate this place. It almost feels like a maze to you guys, since you have no realm of reference to guide you which direction you're going in. There's no sun, there's no sky, there's no clouds. It's just tunnels.
Would Dusty
Is
have any
that
experience
signage?
from ruin diving?
There are signs, but like there's no again, no way to orient yourself really. Once you make a few turns, you're like, shoot, which way's which?
Question: would Dusty have
Yep.
some experience due to ruin diving?
A little bit, yes, but not. But you gotta think, this isn't a small ruins. This is a large city
Gotcha.
with multiple levels and such as well. But finding an inn is simple enough. You guys come across a familiar name of the Hopping Halfling.
It's a franchise?
It is. This is where you guys stayed before at another facet.
It's the best western of this world.
All right, we found an inn.
Rooms are relatively cheap. They're only a silver a night.
How big are they?
It's a silver per room for a bed, and the beds. I mean, you could fit on the bed fairly well.
Well, I mean, I meant the rooms themselves.
Oh, they're not very. I mean, it's a bed, a chest, and that's it.
Oh, so we're gonna need a room each. Okay.
Yeah. They're made for people who are literally spending the night. This isn't a hotel.
More of a flop house.
Yeah. But with individual rooms, so.
I marked off a silver for me.
Yep, so he will take a silver from each of you, give you your keys, and up in the rooms you go. Everything is stone, but there is wood flooring here, surprisingly enough. Makes it a little less dungeon feeling.
Cozy.
And, yeah, you guys sleep the night away.
Smoother stonework
Right.
that I'm used to, but still appreciated.
There is no windows. There is no sunlight to greet you. It is the same lighting as when you went to sleep.
I would get claustrophobic living here for a long time, I feel.
That's. I mean, I don't know much about dwarves, but I mean, I understand why it would be built this way. But still, yeah, it is a bit unnerving.
Living without the sun would be difficult.
I'm sure they have their own ways to judge what time of day it is.
Of course. All right, then. Do we know where we're heading exactly?
Well, the posting just said from there you will be given a cart, but it is from the Sickle and Shield Company, so perhaps if we ask if they have an office here or some such.
Excellent. We could ask the innkeeper.
Surprise, surprise, the innkeeper is a halfling. Working away, so everyone's getting served some breakfast. You get your eggs and your sausages, and toast.
Do they have any other vegetarian options? Because herbivore.
They have meat, eggs, bacon, beans,
Wait.
toast.
If we're underground, do they have underground shrooms?
Who knows?
I guess I'm going to be going with beans and toast then.
Yep, beans and toast.
Excuse me, can I bother you for a moment with a question?
Yes. What is it? How can I help you?
we're adventurers doing a job for the Sickle and Shield Mining Company. Do you know where we could find them?
Sickle and Shield. What kind of company are they?
A mining company.
Oh, the mining company. Oh, I knew that sounded familiar to me. Your best bet is to go to the mining district.
Could you point us in that direction?
Well, yeah, so you'll go out to the front doors here, and you're going to go right, and you just follow the signs. You're going to go down 3 levels, maybe 2, depends on, the day of the week, and you'll be there.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Phoenix will commit to the directions to memory.
Simple directions.
All right, guys, I believe after breakfast we have our heading.
Great.
Fantastic.
All right, and I think we'll all quickly eat something and head out.
Yep, you all eat a quick little breakfast, and you all head down a couple of levels to the mining district. Heading deeper down, you would think it would get hotter, much like it did on Black Snow, but nope. Temperature stays pretty frequently the same, but the noise level does increase as the echoes of hammering and quenching and bellows being blown echoes out.
A lively place.
And
You do have to yell a little bit to be heard here.
and we're in tunnels, so that means the echoes are really severe.
Mm-hmm. They have dampeners, but it's not
Stone
foolproof.
tunnels. Oh my god.
Phoenix is kind of flinching a few times. She's got decent perception, so.
My ears are flapping.
Yeah, you eventually come across a stone front with a carved sign of the Sickle and Shield Mining Company.
Ah, excellent. Thank goodness.
I hope it's quieter in there.
What?
Never mind.
Open the door and head in.
As you enter, all the echoes silence immediately.
Oh.
Bop. Okay, good. My ears are still working.
Bop. Inside the area, the front area, it's a fairly open room with a couple desks, some shelves with some interesting art pieces or weapons. You see a couple chunks of ore and glass cases on display. And on the far side is the trademark company as they Sickle and a Shield on a sign in the back with the name around it. A blonde-haired dwarf comes in. She sees you all. She's like, "Hey, let me guess, you're here for the mission."
We're
Yes,
here for the ore,
that would
correct?
No, it's yep. That would be my first bet. My second bet, you're bandits, but it'd be weird you made it this far down. So we're good.
No, not bandits. We're here to help with the ore delivery.
Good. Give me one moment. Let me go get Harold, and he'll get you set up.
Thank you.
Good.
Mm-hmm. She just gestures. Just relax for a little bit. It'll be a few minutes.
How is it so quiet in here?
I like how straight to the point they are.
About 10-15 minutes later, a black-haired dwarf with a lot of things woven into his beard comes around, much older looking. He sees you all and he opens his hands up. He's like, "Oh, welcome to my company. I hope the travel through the sands wasn't too bad on you all."
I've been
Oh
in
no.
worse.
Well,
Sometimes for the first timers, it's terrible, but we're used to it.
If I hadn't gone to Black Snow first, then I would have found it terrible.
Oh, but actually, that's a horrible place. Oh, don't know how you can stand going there.
You have no idea as I lift my trunk.
He shrugs. But delivering company, yes, as he waves you all over, follow you guys a little bit deeper in. And you would go into like this like adjacent area, and you would see there is a covered wagon with 2 mules tied up already.
Oh, excellent. You're all ready for us.
He's like, yep. I had to get the mules are always ready to go, and the wagon was already loaded. We just had to tie the mules up, and well, and I was ready to go. And just get it to the smithing company on the other facets, and you guys will get your payment.
Excellent.
Supplies untouched to Arva.
And you mentioned bandits. Are bandits a big problem here?
They are. They hide out in the sands and the mountains and such, and will strike you when you least expect it. Sometimes happens at night, sometimes in the middle of the day. They could swoop down from the skies. They could rise up from the sands. They're crafty little fuckers.
Yeah, I doubt they would have hired the guild if the bandits weren't much.
Yeah, that's. We typically hire adventurers for larger deliveries.
Excellent. Well, we'll definitely make sure to keep an eye out then.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, we'll make our way then. Thank you.
Very welcome. And he'll like open up like a garage door type thing, and out you go.
Who here is good with animals?
My money as a DM is the druid. You're over there, you're just like, yes.
Fennec has already pet the donkeys. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Mules, sorry.
I do have land vehicles that I'm proficient in.
Ooh.
Fascinating.
So Kaius would be the best with this then.
I have +5 to animal handling.
So yeah, maybe Kaius driving the cart, Fenix walking alongside the mules.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I'll walk behind the cart to watch our flank. Watch our rear.
Uh-huh.
As we leave Miner's Dream City, no orc guards up in here.
No, this is like 98% dwarven here.
Okay, so he'd stick out.
Oh, very much so. There are halflings, there are a couple of humans, but there's not a lick of orc here at all in the city.
Kaius, this personal mission of yours, should we know more about it?
Of course, this man may have information about a person who got my brother killed, and likely got a lot of your clan's people also killed.
Fennec kind of like stutters mid-step and he goes, "What?"
You see, that rift that was responsible for your
The
situation.
slaughter of everyone I know, yes.
I had reason to believe that the man who ordered that rift secured in the first place ordered it secured poorly on purpose. For now, I'm not sure if it was true or not, but he is now a wanted man, which gives me more cause to believe that he was definitely behind the death of my brother and probably so many others. He's a dangerous man, and he will pay for his crimes. And I'll pull out the dagger that once belonged to my brother. I vowed to plunge this into his chest.
Fennec's teeth are grit and he goes, "You're telling me all this time, and it wasn't a fluke."
Wait, can we hear you guys?
Likely, yeah, I'm not trying to hide.
It's like, so
I'm
Fenix is
very-
getting very angry right now at this. Did you know his brother?
No.
She showed up after he perished, unfortunately. Or, not bad. He showed up after he perished and pulled me from the fire.
Dusty, I heard mention of a clan being killed, so it's more than just about Kaius' brother.
Wait, so did you join a clan after the bounty hunting, or were you part of a clan while the bounty hunting was going on?
That's not the kind of question to ask right now, Dusty.
And Phoenix was just a boy when that happened. I don't believe he
It's not
had
important.
set out.
It's not important. It's
So,
what
okay,
is the man's name? What is the man's name?
He is known as Eskinez Glendower.
I'll help you.
And I welcome the help. I did not know when to mention this information to you, as a lot has been happening. But I did want you to be a preview to it eventually.
I'm glad you did mention it, in this lower stakes context. I'll say I can certainly understand the desire for revenge here. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do not pass judgment on how you're feeling. Just know that. I lost family too, so I can certainly understand what comes with that. So,
Phoenix's eyes are a bit distant.
but I will not pretend to know exactly what you went through. I'm only attempting to relate, and I will help you in tracking down this man any way I can. And because he does, even if he didn't do that, it sounds like he's dangerous. So, you certainly have my assistance in this, Kaius.
That makes me happy to hear. I will tell you all, for I am honor bound to let you know that the contract on his life is dead or alive. But I fully intend on taking his life. I would just like to be very transparent about it.
I appreciate that. I just hope that I will not ask you to spare his life per se, just simply be open to other decisions depending on the context.
I wish for him to burn.
Again, I do not pass judgment on that. I can understand why you'd feel that way. I'm just saying, something to process over the long term. Don't need to make a decision on it. I will not, hold it against you if you stick to this notion. Just hoping you'll be open to other possibilities.
There are no other possibilities. He will burn. Phoenix says, and he just kind of like, end of conversation in his opinion.
I pick up on that vibe just fine, and I will return to my self-imposed post at the rear of the cart.
All right. Let's take
Phoenix,
this
like,
cart.
I'm sorry, you just dropped a bomb on me. He's giving off do not fuck with me vibes right now.
Yeah, I feel bad for the bandits we run into here in a second. Is it possible for flavor that Andy's fire, like as I was telling Phoenix this, that it like gets hotter?
Oh yeah. It was like you said like this, and it just when he went like what? It was just boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Cool. Because I kind of imagine that's how it probably
I
go down.
lined up and everything, just like turned around like boom.
All right.
Maybe Fennec shouldn't be walking next to the mules at this time.
Potatoes, where is that lady?
Wait, what?
The lady that was getting. Are we like waiting for someone to come back to us?
No, we're
No, we have
You guys
everything.
are walking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on our way out of the city, if not already on the road.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, my timeline got screwed up there for a second.
Remember I said you open the garage there and you guys are walking out?
So here's a question. So you guys clearly want to find this guy. This I keep wanting to say Kaiser Soze, because his name sounds like it.
Are you talking about Kyber Sursk?
Kyber Sursk. But do you guys want to try to find this Kyber Sursk guy before we leave? Again?
Oh, absolutely. That I did not plan on leaving this set without something.
Okay,
Whether I have
so...
to take it by force, to be seen.
Well, we have 2 days on the road. Why don't we plan now?
I'm not in the frame of mind to do much planning right now, other than a different kind of plan.
Yeah, let's individually think of ideas of gathering information, if as much as we're able to, and we'll confer on this later, possibly tomorrow.
So, like, we got there at night, we woke up in the morning, so we're heading out for a day's worth of journey, pretty much?
Yeah, for now the task at hand is to protect this cart, and that is what I will do until we reach Dark 4, where there is less chance of being attacked.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, we can make another try at gathering information before we head through the pillar, try to make our way to Isatrix.
And there's patrols on these roads, right? Military patrols?
Probably not.
There are patrols that walk along the road occasionally.
Okay, I'm gonna still continue to keep my eyes out for any orc guard.
He probably wouldn't be on a patrol, is the thing.
Yeah, but even if he's not, I will still come up to any orc and be like, Kyber! and hopes he'd be like,
I see what the plan is. I see what the plan is.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, all orcs know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys are walking down the road. It's sandy. It's coarse. It's hot as fuck.
Gwen in my splint armor.
Yeah, let's see here. You pass like people occasionally. Nothing like too, it's not completely empty. It's not devoid of people, but it's not a busy road by any means. You pass one roving guard unit. There's like 5 people in the little guard unit traveling, but none of them are orcs. So, but it is time to set up camp again. So, FedEx is just like, what?
FedEx is like, I'm sorry, wait a minute. What?
But are you guys doing the same camping order?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Kaius, Phoenix, Dusty, then Glork. Cool.
FedEx is like, forget all that. Forget everything I said about only doing good. Fuck this guy. He burns.
He is the exception to the rule.
There was one exception, and it is this man.
I'm just hoping that my mentioning of being open to possibilities has planted a seed somewhere in that hatred that may sprout into a better idea.
I will say I played around with the idea of asking somebody in the Convergence if his crimes are punishable by death, and if I could like face him in the arena for his execution. Is something I was gonna go into and like ask when we got back to the Convergence, but that was way down. But
When
that's
Fennec wants him to burn, Fennec literally wants him to burn with fire. He's like, I want to burn him. There is a karmic justice to this man burning to death.
It's like, do I notice Fenix being like this?
Oh, Phoenix is giving off, like, fuck off vibes in every way, shape, and form.
Fenix, do you want to murder somebody?
It wouldn't be murder. I wouldn't say.
Points at Kaius.
Dusty, I would advise not asking those kinds of questions for the time being.
No, I'm having trouble processing this because we had a whole conversation earlier about sacred life and shit.
Let me put it this way, Dusty. You're not the only one who's having trouble processing this, and someone who's having trouble processing this is never in a good state to have an in-depth discussion.
Well, isn't discussing part of the processing?
It can
At
be.
times.
It usually is, but right now it's not.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be on shift with him anyway, so if I wake up burning alive, you know what happened.
Dusty is angry. Is angry at me?
No, I just assume if anyone slightly pisses you off at this point, they'll get set on fire. So, I'm gonna go down for my first nap, because I have middle shift.
Yeah, so it's Kaius is up first, so get to it.
Nice roll.
There we go. Where's that when I'm looking for people?
So your first shift, sun is setting. It's very calm. The mules are over there eating at a bush, just nibbling on what little leaves are there. Campfire's set.
In his sleep.
Everyone's asleep or trying to sleep. It's fairly quiet for you. Nothing going on.
I guess
You can see or hear.
during my watch, I'll have I'll just be looking at the dagger.
Right.
That was my brother's, and just with renewed invigoration. I feel like I'm on the trail.
Yeah, Phoenix is definitely having nightmares.
But yeah, nothing happens during your shift. Do you wake up? Do you wake up the druid?
I do, yeah.
Oh, it's me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
one shift at a
wake
time.
up
My
first.
bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Just poke with a 10-foot stick.
No, don't
I'll
use a stick.
summon
It's flammable.
I'll summon Bilicus to wake you up.
Yeah, no, he wakes up with a start, and he's like,
Damn.
sorry. What time is it? What's going on?
It's just your turn to watch.
Right. He's drenched in sweat, even despite the fucking cold.
Sweat that's instantly turning into steam.
I was thinking that. I was like, does it turn into vapor instantly?
Yeah,
Your
very
sweat?
much.
Don't worry, the dreams shall pass. I'll tap on Phoenix's shoulder.
Phoenix, it's your shift. Give me that good old perception
and they haven't.
check.
It's been a decade and they haven't passed yet, so I still hear the screams of everyone.
Don't worry, this will be resolved one way or another.
It gives a tight nod. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself for my perception check.
You guidance. 19. You are keeping shifts, playing with the fire, contemplating your emotions, all the fun things in life. When someone would step into the light that you can see from the campfire on the side of the road, and it seems to be a lone dwarf walking by.
Immediate alert, hands on fire, and he's like,
oh, what's going on?
do I see any weapons or anything on this dwarf?
You do. He has he's wearing leather armors, and he has a let me look here. Uno momento. Yeah, so he has a scimitar and a dagger.
Eyes squinted suspiciously. Who is it? What is your business?
Oh, I'm just a road traveler. I saw your campfire off in the distance. Figured, camping with a friend would be safer than alone.
Who says we're friends?
Are we enemies?
Can I insight his story?
Go for it.
I'll cast guidance on myself again.
And he's like, oh, there's no reason to cast any magic here or anything like that. With an 11, I mean, it's a little sus. Your sus is well placed, but he doesn't seem to directly have any harm to you. So, I mean, he does have weapons. He is armored, but he is alone at night. It's weird.
Kind of squints at him suspiciously. Conflicted, because on one hand, yes, it is safer for him to be here, but on the other hand, what if this is a bandit and this is all a ruse? Do I know
he's not moving any closer to you right now. What's up? What are you asking?
How much longer is left on my shift?
You're maybe 20, 30 minutes into it.
I think perhaps it would be better to have separate camps. But we'll keep an ear out.
Sure. I mean, looks like I got a couple friends there. You got a nice wagon and everything. I just want to sit by a campfire where, I don't get stabbed in the back in the middle of the night all alone.
Kind of eyes flicker to the cart. I think it would be better. We'll keep an ear out. If you need anything, you can call for us.
Well, I could sure use a friend tonight.
This guy seems really insistent. Does that seem sus?
I don't know. Do you think it's sus?
It does seem sus.
Why don't you wake us up?
Can I keep an look around and see if there's any signs of other people in the sand, anything near my cart?
Give me a perception check.
Can I guide myself?
No, you cannot.
Disgusting. That's okay. Phoenix is
so you look
up.
around, and the dwarf's there's just me and you here. There's nothing going on, But as you look around, you would see some flickers of movement at the edge of your campfire. Light in your own vision. More than one figure, multiple figures all around.
Mm-hmm. I'm Phoenix. What's your name? And I'm gonna subtly try to. What cantrips do I have?
Oh, my name? Oh, I'm Thondrin.
Can I try to subtly wake up my friends?
How do you subtly wake them up?
I'll walk over to the guy to pretend to give him a handshake and give a kick to whoever's closest,
Big Ulrich.
as I go. What?
Big Ulrich.
I'll give him a kick as I go, just a stumble,
It's usually how you have to wake me up, given my hide and musculature. That's
we got
a
him out.
nudge to me.
Whip something up real quick, nothing crazy.
I'll shake his hand and be like,
Oh,
sorry for the hostility. You understand, I'm sure.
You walk all the way to him?
Not quite, but walking towards him, and then I'm basically trying to make Wilrick know that there's a guy here. And that's why he's saying, I'm sorry for the hostility. There's hostiles nearby.
So you're moving on the map. Move yourself on the map, please.
Oh, where is he?
He's up here.
Oh, I see him now. And kind of kick Willrick as I go, and she's like, "Sorry about the hostility. Sure, why don't you join us?"
Sure. And he'll come over and walk on by.
I'm trying to code to Willrick. There's hostiles. We need more. Join us. Get the others.
Can I insight check? Do I have to insight check for this, or?
I mean, you just woke up. What was Willrick do hearing that when he wakes up?
I may have heard the word hostility, but it is confusing to suddenly wake up. Let me also ask this: do I happen to pick up the scent of dwarf?
Well, yeah, you would smell other people here.
Okay, yeah.
Other than the captain or the dwarf guy here.
Okay, yeah. Given that I start to wake up enough to put 2 and 2 together, so yeah, I'm going to I can't exactly be subtle, so I'll get up as if,
I just stumbled over you.
Well, I will get up slowly, and just walk as if I gotta go take a piss or something.
Mm-hmm.
And as I go, I'm going to I've got a glaive, so I'm going to nudge each of the others with the butt of my glaive as I pass.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm gonna go along that route because I'm trying to make my way over to the cart while making it look like I'm going off somewhere private.
Right. It's like Dusty and Kaius, you both get nudged awake. It's nighttime. You definitely know it's not your shifts, probably. Maybe Dusty thinks it does, but Kaius, you just fell asleep, so it's way too early to wake up.
Knowing that I shouldn't be awake and that I've been woken, I'm gonna instantly get Bellicus out here.
Okay.
First thing.
Drag him over there.
I'm just gonna say, you'd imagine it's very dangerous out here, so it's probably best to be together. And I'll kind of gesture towards the fire and start to
follow you.
Okay, so we're all walking together?
You would all wake up and see Phoenix walking a dwarf wearing leather armors, a scimitar, and a dagger over to the fire.
If you don't mind, do you mind just removing your weapons? It's a safety precaution.
I mean, what if we get attacked in the middle of the night? I mean, that seems kind of dangerous to not be armed.
Fair enough.
I'm outnumbered. Wait, there was 4. Where'd the 5th one come from? He points at Bellicus.
Oh, he was just out for a moment. He's a friend of... Oh, Kaius, you're awake. Did I wake you with all the talking?
Unfortunately. Who's your new friend?
What did you say your name was again?
Thunderer.
What is your business here, dwarf?
Well, I am traveling. It became nighttime. I saw your campfire off in the distance and figured camping with some friends will be safer than camping alone at night.
It is dangerous out there. There's who knows how many bandits and whatnot, I will say.
There's a lot of dangerous things on this facet. Not even just bandits. I mean, you gotta think of the beasties, too.
Indeed.
Picking up... Would I be able to pick up on Phoenix saying that, as if there's other people around?
Who knows how many bandits there are around? I'm trying so hard here.
Yeah, would I need to do a check for that, or would I just know?
I mean, you could do a perception check, yes. Gwilrick, give me a perception check as well.
Yep.
Could I argue for advantage because Phoenix said that? So because of that, I'd be actually kind of know.
It's something. So Kaius, you would see flickers of movement at the edge of the light of the campfire. Gwilrick, with your sniffing, it's kind of hard to tell. You do smell some smells, but I mean, you can't tell if it's just from the dwarf that you're with, or if it's from other people around. But you do smell people since that don't belong to your party.
Okay, I'm just gonna be. I'll have the appearance of leaning on the cart, but ready to spring into action with the glaive if need be.
Mm-hmm.
I'll address the dwarf. And how come you wouldn't just camp with your own friends?
I don't have any friends. I'm all by myself, I said.
Can I insight check that?
Go for it.
Nope.
So
Imagine
you
if
do.
the dwarf's actually not related to the bandit. We're just gonna fucking murk him or something.
Yeah.
Can I
So
whisper
then you
something
do
in
not
Kaius?
know.
Oh,
No, yeah. I'll take the whisper first before I say anything.
should we try to rattle him? Like freak him out with some weird dialogue?
That was definitely my plan. I was about to try to intimidate him, actually.
Oh, okay. Can I help you out with that? How are we gonna intimidate him? Like, you want to threaten cannibalism?
Or we can just be like, don't worry about any bandits. We're very well equipped or something.
I know, but we're trying to unsettle him. But you wouldn't hear that. I'm whispering to Kaius.
Yeah, don't have a huge conversation in front of this guy.
He's literally like 6 feet away.
I'm right here.
Out of character. I was saying that out of character, sorry.
Yeah, it's
Like,
still-
out of character,
fine.
I'm
I know,
asking
I know.
Kaius at the cannibalism plan if he wants me to go, like, if he wants me to be like a freaky little goblin man and say, hey, should we eat him? Kaius, it's up to you.
He looks over at you two as you're whispering. You can't tell if he can hear you or not, but he's definitely like sees you two talking to each other.
They do that. They have their own little language, I swear.
Out of character, Kaius, you know for the plan, you aim for the plan, what?
The cannibalism plan was my only thing is I guess I don't know if he's like an actual person. I wouldn't want to be reported for cannibalism.
Oh, no, this is just
to
intimidation.
the authorities. You're right. Yeah, I mean, let's see how he reacts.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Okay, so can I give him advantage on a cannibalism-based intimidation check?
If that is what your plan is, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Terrible plan.
Like, hey, I got permission this time. I listened to Gwilrick. You can't say I didn't.
Yeah, but why is Kaius responding to this is what I'm wondering.
Questions for later.
It's like, okay. So are you our next meal, man?
He looks at you. No, I'm not hungry. I'm good.
I didn't ask that.
You asked if I wanted a meal.
No, I asked if you are our next meal.
Huh? He looks very confused.
I'm gonna get Kaius. I'm gonna let Kaius take over with that.
Yeah, I mean, dwarf isn't my favorite flavor, but he does look like he's got some meat on those bones.
Make
I'm
Kaius.
actually trying to find out if there's a code in this.
Like, hold on, let me make a roll real quick here. Hold on a second here. Can I get deception checks with advantage from both of you?
I hear this and I briefly pinch myself just to make sure.
Oh!
One.
Finally, some good rolls.
Let's go.
He kind of takes like a half step back, like. Oh wait, are you saying you're gonna eat me? He looks so confused.
I mean, what else is there to eat around here? It's all desert.
You didn't bring food? Are you insane?
I just tilt
No,
my
but
head.
you are for stumbling into this camp unaware of the situation.
What's in the wagon then?
Spices.
That is for you.
He kind of like has his hands out. He's like, he's like looking around. And he's like, fuck this. Phoenix, I need you to make an acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics, you say? Wee.
Yeah. He reaches out to grab you, but you are able to avoid it.
Flame blade.
And he'll step back away from you. He's like, fuck it, get him! He
I
yells.
like to make an attack of opportunity with my flame blade.
Yeah, you already have to have it cast out to.
That's what I was saying. As soon as he tried to grab me, I cast flame blade.
I'll let you to cast it as a reaction, but I'm not gonna let you attack with it as a reaction. So.
Oh.
Also, you have flame blade?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's a druid spell.
I didn't know if if Phoenix prepared it. So.
I changed my prepared spells.
Wildfire Druid, who is a fire ganassi.
Oh yeah, but like, druids can change their spells out every day, so like they only get so
I know,
many.
but still, just like thematically, it would make sense for Phoenix.
Oh, absolutely, it makes sense.
I was very
I think-
excited to put Summon Beast, but then I realized I don't have a gilded acorn worth 200 guild pieces.
Damn. You don't? I have.
Makes those.
Maybe I can go to the pawn shop.
How did anybody get the idea to gild an acorn for a spell?
Let's
But
just
when
get up
I-
to weird shit, man.
When I do get said acorn, I can summon another friend.
Most
Get all the
spell
summons.
components are everyday items or raw materials.
Question, are
Crazy.
you sure you're not a circle of shepherd at this point with all your pets?
Hey, don't question her.
Pardon?
I said, are you
What'd
sure
you
you're
say?
not circle of shepherd at this point with all your pets?
I'm very. You know what? The character goes where the character goes. I'm gonna be a fucking alchemist. with a
I'm
bunch of pets.
missing Wilrick in the turn order.
Oh, sorry. I got distracted by the very silly conversation. Give me a moment.
The shepherds or the cannibalism?
It freaked him the fuck out. So
Does he have like a shaken status?
no, but he's freaked the fuck out.
That'd be funny.
All right, Dusty, you're first.
Fresh meat! Is he wearing metal armor?
Leather armor.
Leather armor. Okay, then I am going to move up to him and try to keep convincing him I'm crazy. And I will attack with Reap. 8.
An 8 misses.
And then I will use my bonus action. Wait, is that a bonus action to do that? Just a second. Let me check something.
Oh, you said reap. Ugh.
Reap.
Oh, yeah, no. And I'll roll a d6 to see what my Tales from Beyond is for this time.
Go for it.
Okay. It's 2. Just a second. Okay, what does that do? Okay. So, I have a charged up attacker now. Basically, those that amounts to.
Cool. Alrighty, is that your turn?
Yeah, and I'll stay here.
The bandit is going to do some measuring. Right. We're going to shoot Bellicus because he's just a dude. They don't know he's not real. So we're gonna fire at him. 13 hit Bellicus.
I believe his AC is 14. Give me 1 second. It's been a while.
I knew it was
Yes,
something. I knew it was
it's
14.
It's 14 plus my proficiency bonus, so it's
Oh,
actually
16.
16.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. So that just misses. Phoenix.
Phoenix is like, fuck this. And I'm going over here and I'm gonna attack with my flame blade.
Hey, you got flanking.
So it's... How do I hit? I guess if I just click this, maybe? No, it just puts the
Click it
script.
on the front character sheet. It should be like under like your weapons and things like that, maybe.
Assuming you set up those rolls.
It's not there. What the
Okay,
hell?
if you clicked and dragged it, it would have been there.
I did click and drag it, I believe. And try again.
Is it in your attacks and spellcasting box?
No.
Yeah. Not, that's weird.
Just dragging and dropping it again.
Andy Phoenix.
Sure.
Oh, hold on. Can you go back to your core page for me?
Oh,
I'm looking at your character sheet right now. Huh. That's weird. I guess it uses the stats of a scimitar.
I can just do this and I can... Information.
It's a melee spell attack, so it uses your
Spellcasting.
spell casting modifier. Yeah.
6 other damage. Do I add ability mod to damage or no?
It'd be a +5.
To damage?
So whatever. No, to damage? No. It's
Okay.
a 3d6 fire damage. It would say if it was to damage.
Okay, this should work. Okay, that just does damage automatically.
Yep.
Why are you
need
like
to
this?
Roll a attack.
Yeah, no, one sec. I'm still trying to get this to work.
Just do a raw d20 +5. Well, and you can work on that between turns.
Sure. D20
All right, so
plus
that
5.
would hit him. Yep, that would hit him.
Do I reroll damage?
No, you all took the 6.
Bad. Not very good. And as a bonus action, I will... Oh, it's an action, isn't it? It's an action to summon Puro, I think.
I believe it's his action, yes.
Yep, to summon him. Everything else is a bonus action with him. Cool. So that will be my turn.
Splendid. Bandit's turn. Where's this bandit at? This one is up there. They're gonna shoot at the person with the crazy flaming blade. Pew. 18 hits, I know that. Take 5.
We'll do that in a moment.
Next is this bandit. He's gonna move up a little bit.
And Flame Blade is concentration.
Oh,
Yep.
is it? Oh, yeah, I need a con save then.
Let me
It's a
just...
10 DC.
Does
Yeah,
this
take
work?
your
Yeah. Con save. 5 piercing.
So it's a 10.
So con save. Damn it!
Nope, you lose the spell. Kaius, you're gonna get shot next. That hits you, I'm pretty sure, right? Kaius?
Check. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Couldn't remember if you had a shield or not. 4 piercing. As this guy over here, we're gonna shoot a Dusty
Okay,
with an 11. I think that misses.
that misses.
And this bandit is.
Fucking hell, I gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go? All right, get out of here.
Sorry, my meeting is in like fucking 10 minutes. Bye.
Go, bye.
Go. We'll miss you.
Do we want to wrap up early and pause on this fight for next week, or do we want to continue with the fight?
I have a pause
This
the
would
fight
be-
personally,
Yeah, this would be a good point to stop.
Okay.
You know.
because like we
Yeah,
just,
we just started the
it,
fight, so
yeah.
yeah. So we could definitely do that. We'll wrap up early. That's fine.
Hey,
Because I forgot about that. She needed to leave early too. I'm not gonna lie.
guys,
Otherwise,
Yeah, we got wrapped up in the thing, so yeah.
yeah.
I just realized we ended on a cliffhanger with her flame bait flailing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have Charles too.
And you will have
Charles
Charles
will-
next week, yes.
I- like-
Miraculously.
It's gonna be
Wakes up.
hilarious because he's just like popped from below the sand. His hat was just on the sand the whole time.
Honestly,
Like
my
I-
plan was to wait for Charles. Hopefully, by the time we got to Dark 4, I'd be like, let's end the session here and wait for Charles.
Okay, I will
He's
stop
going to be the one who's
recording
going to
now.
find my people.